What is the Pygmalion effect and how to use it to succeed? The Pygmalion effect, also known as the Rosenthal effect, is a psychological condition where high expectations lead to improved performance in a certain work genre. Experts have recently used this term quite a number of times to relate to perfection, hard work, and intense desires. Mythological reference of the Pygmalion effect. Did you know that in ancient Greece, there was a sculptor called Pygmalion who was famous for carving out beautiful statues of gods and goddesses? The public admired his creation. Some of them wondered if the statues had life in them. One day, Pygmalion decided to create his most beautiful statue, which was to be his masterpiece. It was a statue of a woman in marble. He worked day and night to add perfection to the statue. He worked long and painstakingly until he had a statue of a young, attractive woman with a smiling face. Pygmalion named it Galathea. Pygmalion was so taken aback by the statue that he slowly started to fall in love with it. He dressed it in exquisite linens and decked it with gold. Pygmalion felt a strong desire to marry the statue and wished she were real so that he might do it. He started praying to the Greek goddess of love, Aphrodite. Aphrodite was ultimately pleased and granted him his wish. Pygmalion was offering his morning prayers to the goddess of love in front of the statue when its eyelids twitched and its fingertips moved. Pygmalion was in shock. Galathea approached him after descending from the platform. Their marriage and subsequent happy life marked the conclusion of the story. How does the Pygmalion effect work? The influence expectations have on behavior is illustrated by the Pygmalion effect. We tend to absorb the labels others apply to us, which causes this impact. Whether they are favorable or unfavorable, we endeavor to fit those designations. The Pygmalion effect operates in a circle. Others' attitudes toward us are influenced by their expectations of us. How they treat us has an impact on how we view ourselves. Our behavior is affected by how we view ourselves. Our interactions with people have an impact on their expectations and views. In which context is the Pygmalion effect relevant? The Pygmalion effect is relevant in many situations. If you want to work on another individual's development, for example, your fellow students, employees, or athletes, you can actively use this effect, and their development will be unconscious of this effect. People in leadership roles can better understand how their attitudes and expectations of their subordinates can affect them by being aware of the Pygmalion effect. Why is it important for managers to understand the Pygmalion effect? The Pygmalion effect definitely calls for us to have higher expectations of the people we're managing. However, it doesn't mean it is impossible to reach standards for ourselves. Even the world's greatest artists won't be able to recreate the Mona Lisa in a single afternoon. So how can managers and leaders convey high standards? Well, they can by employing a coaching approach with their team and tools, like a 90-day performance plan, to let their workers establish goals for their best results, yet have power. Broader impact. The Pygmalion effect helps boost performance, but only when there are high expectations. Stereotypes may be more harmful than they appear, as the Pygmalion effect shows. High performance standards affect both how we behave as well as how others behave. For example, a teacher may pay closer attention to, provide more thorough feedback to, and continue to challenge one of their students if they believe they are highly brilliant and will succeed. All the students in the class may not receive the same treatment as other students, and as a result, some children may lag behind while others may excel. The Pygmalion effect only has a beneficial influence on people whom we already have high expectations for, since our expectations affect how we treat others. Influential people need to be careful in regulating and tempering their expectations because it can be particularly harmful to young children who are pliable and still developing their self-concept based on other people's perceptions. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, and let us know your thoughts in comments box.